Well, hello YouTube, it's your girl Janae coming at you with another video, and as you can tell by the title, this video is going to be about 6 perfumes that will drive your boo crazy. So if you guys are interested in seeing what my picks are, then go ahead and just keep on watching. So if you are new to my channel, hello again. My name is Janae. Welcome. And if you are returning, thank you so much for clicking back onto another video. I truly appreciate you guys' support. So if you have not already, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below and join the family, and give this video a thumbs up if you want to see more videos from moi. Now let's hop into today's list. First things first, I'm going to start off with my scent of the day. Please leave me yours in the comments down below because I would love to know. I love this fragrance. This is a newer scent in my collection, and I don't know what took me so long to get it. But when I tell you, this is a compliment magnet, especially for men. So if you know, your boo is a man, this is definitely one I think he would enjoy on you. This is Velvet Vanilla from Mancera, y'all. This is a sweet, fruity, floral fragrance. It has this gorgeous muskiness to it, and it also has a vanillic touch, which I absolutely love. This has tuberose in here, so it's like a bubblegummy tuberose. I know a lot of people talk about this scent, but this is definitely a sexy but flirty gourmand. And personally for myself, I think that this is the type of scent you can wear year round. So I don't know, I could be a little biased, but I've been really enjoying wearing this fragrance when it's a little hotter outside. I think it projects more and it leaves a nice little scent trail. So yeah, this has been really working for me in the hotter days. So the opening of this fragrance is very bright, it's happy, but it also has a slight green touch to it from some angelica. So this has some pear, some angelica, and some black currant. The black currant adds like a juicy factor to the fragrance, which is gorgeous. And then as the fragrance starts to dry down, that's where you get a lot of that bubblegummy tuberose. You do get some of it in the top as well, but to me personally, it really starts to shine in the mid. You also get some florals like jasmine and neroli. So the neroli still adds that freshness to the scent. The jasmine is kind of on the clean side, so I don't get any like andolic vibes from it. But the star of the show is definitely that bubblegum Hubba Bubba Max tuberose. It's so beautiful. It's not really creamy to me. This isn't like a buttery creamy tuberose. It's most definitely on the bubblegummy side. And then in the deep dry down, that's where you get that gorgeous gourmand vanilla and you get some musk. But to me, the vanilla and the tuberose are the stars of this show. Like that's really what you get. Hence velvet vanilla. It should be called tuberose vanilla or like bubblegum vanilla because that's what it is. The way that this bottle looks is how the fragrance smells, and I love how they captured that in the scent. When it comes to performance, okay, Mancera, they can really do no wrong. In my opinion, they're compliment getters. They're very strong, very heavily projecting. Most of them. Some of them aren't, but I absolutely love this fragrance. I should have been had this in my collection, but now we're here. So this is Velvet Vanilla from Mancera, and this is one that will drive your boo insane. The next fragrance on the list is a classic in my opinion. I feel like this is a fragrance that is like tried and true for a lot of people. Even if you don't have a huge collection, if you've had this before or you smelt it, you know what I mean. This is Si Eau de Parfum from Giorgio Armani. This fragrance is definitely one that I think is pretty sexy. This scent to me is a floral, vanillic, slightly woody scent. I get a little bit of a citrusy vibe as well, but overall this scent is just very sexy to me. This to me it just reminds me of just, I don't know, just being grown. This has a little bit of a green touch to it as well, but I really enjoy the way that this smells. I love the vanillic touches that are in the deep dry down because that's kind of what saves it for me. If it didn't go like a sweet vanilla, I wouldn't like this as much. But this fragrance opens up again with some black currant and you get some mandarin, so you get like a fruity, citrusy vibe. And then as the scent dries down, that's where you start to get that rose. You get a little bit of orange blossom. So I think the orange blossom adds that nice youthfulness to the scent, but the rose kind of gives it that grown woman feel. The rose in here is very prominent, so if you don't like rose, I don't think that you would like this scent, but I think you should just try it on skin. It smells completely different on paper than it does on skin, but it's so sexy and smooth. And then in the base, that's where I get like that woodiness. I get some vanillic touches and I get some patchouli. The patchouli does add a little bit of a dirty quality, but in the best way. I feel like if the scent did not have patchouli, it kind of would, you know, be a little flat or wouldn't be as dynamic as it is. But this is a classic for a reason. A lot of women like it for a reason, and I really enjoy this scent. I think every woman should have a type of sexy grown woman scent like this in their collection. Even if you're in your early 20s, I think this will be nice as well. But for me personally, being in my late 20s, I feel like if you're in your 30s, 40s, 50s, this is a nice date night scent, and it doesn't smell juvenile at all. It's very sexy, but it's still sweet. And I noticed that individuals who like fragrances on women, they like it to be a little bit more sweet. So your man, your husband, your boo, you know, your girlfriend, whatever, sweet scents are always a good option if you're trying to impress your boo. So this is Si from Giorgio Armani, and your boo will not be able to keep their hands off of you. Next, we're gonna hop into a fragrance that I love so freaking much. This is definitely in my top 10 for life, like period. And this is a fragrance that I think every woman should own. And I mean that because I think if you like vanilla scents, you would absolutely love this. This is just a vanillic scent that you need. This is Lira from Xerjoff in the Casamorati line. This fragrance is a citrusy, sweet, vanillic fragrance. It's warm, it has some spice to it. It also has an aromatic touch from some lavender. I love this scent, especially for the spring and summer. This is perfect because of the citrus notes that are in the opening and a little bit of that lavender. It allows the scent to kind of be a little bit on the fresher side versus being too gourmand, but you definitely get some gourmand touches from this, which I love. So in the opening, that's where you get that lavender. You also get some blood orange, which is very prominent. And then as the scent dries down, that's where you get your spices. You get some licorice and you also get some cinnamon. So the licorice with the cinnamon really works well together. I'm not a fan of licorice just in general, but in this scent, I feel like it adds some depth to this fragrance that it needs in order to kind of go a little bit more sexy, a little bit more sensual, you know, instead of being playful and light. And then this fragrance also has some caramel, some jasmine, and some musk with some vanilla, of course. To me, caramel and vanilla can kind of smell similar. I think the caramel kind of adds a little bit of like a burnt quality to it, kind of like a creme brulee, but not as burnt. But vanilla really stays vanillic. Sometimes vanilla can go cakey, or sometimes vanilla can go like vanilla extract, so it can go a little bit more bitter. But I love the depth and the warmth from this scent overall. Love the caramel with the vanilla and the licorice and the cinnamon with the musk, and it just works. I feel like the jasmine doesn't really do a lot for the scent besides add that freshness to the fragrance. It's not like a fresh cut jasmine or like a bouquet of florals at all. This is definitely a vanilla heavy scent, but I do think that it is still bright enough in order for you to wear for spring summer, but it is still decadent enough, deep enough, rich enough for you to wear in the fall winter. So this is definitely a year-round vanilla in my opinion, but especially for the springtime, if you want to stand out, if you want to smell delicious and you want that attention from your boo, this is one that I would highly recommend because it is gorgeous. Yes, this is Lira from Xerjoff in the Casamorati line. Now this fragrance right here really took me by surprise in 2022, like at the end of 2022, and I love this scent. Like this is becoming one of my favorite fragrances that's under $100, and I feel like everyone should own this scent. Like I keep saying that, but I really believe that because these scents are so sexy, but they also are likable. They're not too, you know, out there, too unique to the point where it's kind of like no one understands. These are very easily digestible scents that are sweet and also compliment getters. And this is Golden Nectar from the House of Nest. Now this fragrance is sold at Sephora and it is stunning. This to me is just a gorgeous, sweet, warm floral scent. You get a little bit of a resinous touch from the fragrance. You get this unique floral note of orchid. So orchid to me is extremely unique because it has this like tropical, like exotic type of vibe to it without going like ylang ylang or tiare flower. It doesn't go in that direction, but it just stays in that unique floral vein. It's not your rose, it's not your jasmine, it's not magnolia, it's not gardenia. It's just very unique. To me, it kind of reminds me of the color purple. I don't know if it's because orchids are purple, but it just reminds me of like a nice purple scent. This fragrance is gorgeous. This is another scent that I feel like if you're in your mid-20s, your late 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, you can wear this fragrance and smell so incredible. It has just enough sweetness to where it's not too girly, but it's not too mature either. It's just perfect, you guys. And I love how this fragrance projects off my skin, but the longevity could be a little bit better, I'm not gonna lie. But I do have the travel spray as well, so I just touch up if I feel like I need a little refresh or whatever. Now this fragrance has a fantasy note of golden orchid, and this also has suede, it has amber, and the amber to me adds a resinous touch but a little bit of like a vanillic touch as well. This also has like a nice creamy vanilla, but the musk that's in here is kind of velvety. So to me, the velvety musk really pairs well with suede, and suede is a note that kind of can go leathery, but it kind of can go like cashmerean, like make you feel like you're getting a big hug. So that's what this scent is to me. It's just a very gorgeous, warm, floral, vanillic scent. Like that's the best way that I can describe it. If you have a Sephora near you and you can sniff this, please do, because I think it's worth a whiff. It's just really, really nice. I would highly recommend this if you're looking for a signature scent, or if you're just looking for something that's a little bit different than what you have in your collection. I think Golden Nectar is very nice, and it's not gonna break the bank. And if you guys don't know, Sephora is having their VIB sale, so I'm gonna make sure I link all the fragrances that I can that I mentioned today that are at Sephora in the description, because I want y'all to get y'all a little discount. But make sure y'all shop through the links if you want to support me and my channel. That was a little shameless plug, by the way. I love the way that this makes me feel, and this is definitely a compliment getter. And I don't know why, but I feel like men flock to me whenever I wear this fragrance just to tell me I smell good. And my wife likes this on me as well. So if your significant other is picky when it comes to fragrances like my wife is, then I think that you should give this a try, because this is very likable. Now these next two scents are actually fragrances from two of my favorite houses, but this one is probably, I don't know, I would say my top three. And this is Cassili from Parfums de Marly. This fragrance I feel like is super duper underrated when it comes to the house of Parfums de Marly, and I think people should really talk about this scent more, or at least try it out, because everyone talks about Delina La Rose, Delina Exclusive, which is bae for me. But this fragrance is really, really gorgeous, and I think she's perfect for like date night or just like a sexy, you know, summer spring moment. I think she should just get more love. But anyways, this fragrance is a creamy, sweet, fruity scent. It has a little bit of a powdery vibe to it. This to me, if I could describe it, like if you've smelled Delina Exclusive, this to me is like a plum mimosa like Delina Exclusive. It doesn't have the lychee, it doesn't have like that incensey, oody, like dry down, but this has that gorgeous plum note. That plum that's in this fragrance is just, it's so juicy. It's sexy to me. But when the fragrance opens up, you get some red currant. To me, that adds that juiciness to the scent, and it really complements the plum. And this also has some Bulgarian rose in the opening as well, which I believe Delina Exclusive has Bulgarian rose as well. To me, that adds like a velvety, rosy texture to the scent. I think that the texture of the peach is kind of what gives me a peachy vibe, and the color. Like the color kind of describes the way this scent smells to me. Just a creamy, delicious, plummy mimosa scent. Now mimosa is a floral note, but it reminds me of like honeyed hay. It's really weird. The mimosa is kind of like dry, like hay, kind of has that straw-like vibe, but it's honeyed, like it's sweeter, and that kind of might throw you off, but it just really adds warmth to the scent, a little bit of sweetness to the fragrance. And then in the base, this has vanilla pod, this has some creamy sandalwood, and this also has some tonka bean. Now the tonka beans will add a like slightly powdery vibe to the scent. This scent stays very feminine, very uplifting, very sexy, but in a creamy, powdery way. And I definitely get like a peachy vibe. I get the plum. The red currants really give that nice fruitiness as well. But just imagine you having a plummy, peachy Delina Exclusive with no like incensey vibes or any oody vibes, which I don't get oud from Delina Exclusive anyway. But just think of this as like a more happier Delina Exclusive with no, you know, darker qualities. This stays very, very happy to me. This isn't extremely fresh, I wouldn't say. This is definitely on the creamier side, but it's stunning and it's super duper underrated. The performance could be a little bit better. It's not like Delina Exclusive, but when you wear this in the spring and summer, you don't want anything super duper heavy for the daytime, and I think that this works perfectly. I get about 7 to 8 hours of wear with this scent, but I get about 5 hours of strong projection. The sillage is gorgeous throughout the life of the scent, but if you spray this on your clothes, it'll definitely linger a little bit longer, which I think everyone wants. So this is Cassili from Parfums de Marly, and y'all, extremely underrated. If you want to get some compliments from your boo, this is definitely a gorgeous, luxurious option. Now, last but certainly not least, we have a fragrance from a house that I love. This is a scent that I have a full dedicated review on, so I'm not gonna talk y'all ears off too much, but this is Yum Pistachio Gelato 33 from the house of Kayali. This scent I think will be perfect for driving your man, driving your girl, driving your boo crazy, because this fragrance is perfect for the spring and summer if you want to smell yummy, delicious, and sweet, but not too sweet. This scent to me is an airy, citrusy, slightly spicy, nutty scent. You get some milky qualities to it. You get a little bit of sweetness as well, but overall this is just very airy. It's pretty, it's citrusy, it's kind of floral. You kind of get a little bit of everything. In the opening, I just get a blast of spice. I get that cardamom, very prominent. It kind of tickles my nose. As the scent dries down, that's where you get that nutty hazelnut. Then you get that nice pistachio gelato that they have in here. It's just a very nice scent. It stays uplifting and happy, but it kind of dries down to be this like silky, milky, you know, slightly sweet scent. It's not overly sweet though. I get a little sweetness from the whipped cream and the cotton candy, but to me it's very airy. It's a very whippy type of vibe. It's not too dense or decadent whatsoever, which is what I thought it would have been. But I really like the way that this scent turned out because this is not too heavy to wear in the daytime for spring and summer. I do have a dedicated review on this fragrance when it comes to performance and things like that. So if you guys are interested in seeing my thoughts about that, then I'll leave that video up in the eye in the sky for you guys to check out. But overall, this is a very nice scent. And I think that if you're looking for something to wear for spring, summer, that's daytime appropriate, that's date night appropriate, this is definitely a great option. And this is a likable scent. This isn't too offensive. I don't think anyone's gonna tell you you stink or you smell too polarizing, which is something that I like about this scent in general. Love the bottle, by the way. Love, like, look at that. Love the bottle. But yeah, this is a nice scent. And I really like the way that this opens up, like that tickling of my nose is really nice. But if you guys are interested in something that's a little gourmand but still kind of airy, then this is a great option. And I'm almost certain your boo would like it because it has just enough sweetness. All right, y'all, so that's all I have for you today. I really hope you guys enjoyed today's video because I made a reel about it and a YouTube short and a TikTok. If you don't follow me on TikTok, here on YouTube or on Instagram, I'll leave all of those linked in my description box and they'll be on the screen. Shameless plug again. But yes, I decided to post that and then I'm like, you know what, let me just make this a whole video for you guys on YouTube, explain how I feel about them and get this out to you guys. So I want to know, what are some fragrances that drive your boo crazy? What are some fragrances that you like to wear for going on dates? Because I'm actually going to do a date night fragrance video probably in the next couple of days, so y'all be on the lookout for that. But yeah, let me know what you guys are interested in seeing next. Let me know what are some good date night scents, what are scents your boo likes. If you are new to my channel, I do quiz you guys at the end of all of my videos just to see who's been rocking with me into the end or whatnot. And for today's video, I want you guys to leave me the moon emoji. Give me the moon. Give me the moon emoji so I know you guys made it until the end. I love you guys so much and I will see you all in the next one.